Hello everyone, and welcome back to another manga chapter review. I am the Rat, and this is The Rat's Nest, the least controversial and least problematic episode so far. I am joined as always by Kyle and Trevor. Say hi, Kyle the Crab.
Hi.
Say hi, Trevor the Crab.
I'm not a crab.
Dude, that's
All
so
things
real.
eventually
You're so
become
real for
crabs.
that one. We are here today to discuss Chainsaw Man chapter 152, entitled Massage. I looked up, I saw Tatsuki Fujimoto. I was like, that's probably not the title of the chapter. But you never know. He is kind of a quirky fella. This was
That's
a
so
pretty
true.
darn good chapter, I would say personally. What about you two?
Oh, I absolutely love this chapter. I thought the artwork was phenomenal, and I'm very excited to see where the story goes from this point onward.
Yeah, the artwork was like really dense. It made it kind of hard to like track what was going on at times, though.
That is fair. I do agree with both sentiments. I think the artwork was simultaneously really good, but there were also some panels, like specifically like during the fight.
There were one or
like,
two
with,
moments,
like, everyone. There's a lot of lines that made it kind of a little bit difficult. But this is honestly, I think, I don't know if I can say the best art of part two. I'm not going to say the best art of part two because early part two clears a lot really easily. I'm a big fan of early part two, but like specifically like this first page of Dennis, like
Yes.
it's great. It's great. I think this is the best part two has looked in a while, honestly. That's nothing against the stuff that's come before this in part two. I was just speaking to how much I really enjoyed this.
Fujimoto's like, oh shit, I actually have to draw Chainsaw Man again.
I did. He did have the pansexual devil, or what did you call it, Trevor?
Yeah, the pansexual devil.
Yeah, the pansexual devil this week.
No. The polyamorous devil.
Polyamorous, yeah, because there was the 3-week break. Sadly, so Kyle and I already said this, but Trevor, the only crazy thing that happened in the Chainsaw Man community is everyone started shipping Dennis with a character from Death Note. And to be fair, they would be a great couple. They would be a great couple. He would. He could change her. He could make her worse.
Oh, okay.
So, without further ado, let's just get straight into the chapter. So we start off, and Dennis is transformed, and some people are kind of scared. And then the sexual assault Chan gets pushed aside as the hybrids start doing their thingies. And Natalie comes up. It's like, the chainsaws are a bad idea right now. Let's run for it. And Dennis says, Natalie, get out of my way. Fun fact I saw in Japanese, that's not get out of my way. He says, you're a pain in the ass. He's like a lot more rude about it.
Why was it changed like that?
I don't know. Sometimes they change it. Get out of the way.
Yeah,
you're a pain in the ass. You're a nuisance. Or you're a bother or something like that.
Okay, but they should have at least kept the same vibe, because that of you're a pain in the ass is not the same thing as get out of my way.
Yeah,
Those are two completely different sentiments.
I saw that. Now, to be fair, I saw that on Twitter. But typically, Twitter can be kind of reputable.
Okay.
In these matters. This one, it seemed like he was a lot ruder in the Japanese. And then Natalie Pogs. That's like one of the best, the most well-drawn Natalies that has existed. And then Dennis goes, I'm the worst, aren't I, Pochita? They burned down my home with my pets inside it, and I feel like $1 million. Thanks to you guys, I get to be Chainsaw Man. I love this page, by the way. This is, like, I don't think Fujimoto Funny Water has ever drawn Chainsaw Man, like, in this style. Like, it's still Chainsaw Man. It's still Funny Water's style. But like just like the physical way, like strokes on the page that he drew Chainsaw, like I don't think I've seen him drawn like this before.
Trevor, you described it as more dense earlier, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the shading here is the chicken scratch instead of the typical like hatching.
Yeah, there's a ton of straight lines, and we see that especially getting into all the action. Like on the next page, you can see like in the middle panel, there's just lines everywhere in the background. Get everything. They're fighting, yada yada. Spearman comes down, goes, "Come on, Chainsaw Man, you could do better than that. Give us a real scare." So he does, in fact, give them a real scare by cutting himself and the guy behind him in half. Again, that's probably the most Chainsaw Man thing to happen in a while. And then the guy behind him screams like a little bitch. I will say also to credit you again, Trevor. whenever I first like read this this morning when I was sitting in the nondescript car shop, because I'm not paid by them to mention their name. Like I was wondering, I was like, did he just cut himself in half, or did he just cut the other guy in half, or like this panel? It's super cool, it's super badass, but like it was kind of confusing, kind of how it was drawn.
Yeah. But,
But then-
this panel is like the worst of it. And
Yeah.
it's like really the only one that it's like, okay, what exactly is going on here?
True, and I know that doesn't make it much better, but at least the next page exists to show what happened.
Yeah, the next page it's very, very clear. You can see their half bodies there. Whip Girl is pogging, and Mike's just in the back, just blankly looking at it. Natalie's a little bit tricked, or I don't know what word I was looking for there. The crowd can't handle it. Dennis crawls to, that's metal as hell, by the way. Just Dennis cut in half, crawling towards this guy, and cuts open his head and his neck with the chainsaws, and then drinks his blood. Like,
And he says, "Thanks for the food." He's such a nice guy. He's such a nice guy.
He's such a polite little fella.
He's thanking them. He's going out giving massages. What a polite fellow.
Dude, he loves giving massages. Dude, he even said to Natalie, he said, "Get out of my way," and definitely not something ruder.
Debatably, because there's Twitter.
We get, so he's still eating them, and then Whip Girl's like, spit him out, please. Wallahi. So she tries to whip him. Dennis isn't having any of that. Goes up, cuts off her leg. She falls down like a coward. And then Dennis is like cutting her up with his chainsaws.
And
Like,
and this entire time, he still hasn't regenerated his legs back. So he's doing this like only a torso.
I think he has his legs back in this panel.
No, he doesn't.
No, if you look down, you can see her cut off leg, her actual leg, and then you see another pair of legs under where
he's
Dennis is.
like kneeling.
I think he kind of regenerated. So on the page before he cuts off her legs.
When he cuts her leg off,
You
he
can see
doesn't
that,
have
like-
his legs back yet.
But like his intestines are still together, so maybe he's like currently coming back together. I don't know. Again, maybe not exactly 100% clear, but he's like brutalizing her with his chainsaws, and she can only beg Mike for help. And then Mike's like, wallahi, get off my waifu. And then Dennis gets stabbed and then stabs Mike, which is a lot worse for Mike because Dennis is stabbing him with a chainsaw, which if you didn't know, a chainsaw stabbed through you is a tiny bit worse than a sword stabbed through you. And then Natalie looks at them and goes, Dennis. And Dennis goes, the thing about massages is, what's the deal with airline food? He goes, too much force and they hurt, but there's this sweet spot where the pain turns into pleasure. And she's like, what's that have to do with anything? Let's get out of here already. And he's like, Natalie, maybe you shouldn't be around me anymore. And then she pogs again, the second most well-drawn Natalie ever. And he goes, because for me, this is where it hurts just right, and damn do I feel good. Yeah, ha 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 ha. As Mike is like dying. But that's what happens. And that is the chapter.
You
Boy,
missed
howdy.
the important part. You missed the important part where he says, "Oh, are you saying I ought to cook first?"
Where did he say
missed
that?
it.
How did I miss that?
You
Oh,
missed it.
okay. It was on the page where he
it.
was brutalizing her. Oh, are you saying I ought to cook?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, it's the best line of the chapter. Let him cook. Let him cook. I think I already used that as an episode title, so I can't use that again. But this
Well, yeah,
was
you can.
a great chapter. So, Dennis is kind of losing it.
He's kind of not mentally well in
What
sound
do
of
you
mind,
guys think about that? What do you guys think about that?
I would say.
Well, I mean, you probably would be losing it too.
How?
The same way that Dennis is. I don't know. I felt like I was kind of clear with the first thing that I said.
Not really. I mean, I'm not Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, but if you were, and you were in that situation, you'd probably be losing it.
So if I was Dennis and I was in the situation we just saw him in, I would react like Dennis did.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
okay,
what gets it.
you're right. I think I can agree with you on that one, Trevor. I think I can agree with you on that one. I think you're correct on that one. What do you think, Kyle? What do you think of Kyle of Kyle Dennis kind of losing Kyle?
No, I mean, I'm just the two things that interest me the most are when he's saying that he feels like $1 million, and when he talks about the massages. It's almost like he wanted something like this to happen just to get an out to finally go back to where he feels like he belongs.
It's almost like that's
Yeah, that's
exactly what he
entirely
said
the point of the
multiple
chapter.
times.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
crazy. It's almost like earlier in the chapter, he was literally like, I'm the worst, aren't I, Pochita? They burned down my home
Yeah,
with my pets
I
inside,
know,
and I
I
feel like
know.
$1,000,000. Thanks to you guys, I get to be Chainsaw Man.
I'm trying to find
Guys,
like a
did you
different-
know that when George killed Lenny, he felt bad? No, but
It's completely unrelated in every way.
it's called a simile, Trevor. I wouldn't expect you to get
It's
it.
not a simile. You didn't say like or as.
So, I think this is great because throughout part 2, Dennis has been pretty listless, right, so far. Pretty uninspired, right? Pretty laid back, right? Except for whenever he gets to be Chainsaw Man, like during Falling Devil, or during Aquarium, where he wasn't Chainsaw Man specifically, but he was able to let loose a little bit. And then if you'll remember back during Sexual Assault Chan's introduction, during the sex song, he got to
Beat up
hurt people
guys.
with a hatchet or a bat. It was a baseball bat, and he was very happy about that. So Dennis loves violence, and he himself knows this, obviously. And I think it's interesting where he's like, Natalie, maybe you shouldn't be around me anymore. Because it's clear here, right? Natalie doesn't want him to be Chainsaw Man necessarily. Why exactly she doesn't want him to be Chainsaw Man is interesting. I don't know why exactly she doesn't want him to be Chainsaw Man.
Probably because like the pact that they made in the last chapter or something like that.
Huh?
Yeah, you don't remember that? I forgot exactly what was
Oh
said.
no, the polyamorous devil got him.
Polyamorous Devil did get me.
Womp
didn't
womp.
he?
Please show me the other chapters, please. I hate that. This is so dumb. I have
guess
to go
it-
all the way out in order for it to
Say
show me
what?
the chapters. Okay.
Insane.
It was like at the very end of the last chapter, right before they saw their house burned down. I think. I don't know. I don't remember exactly.
Do you
It
are
might
you
have been
sure?
2 chapters ago.
Yeah, it might have been 150 when they're in the alleyway, maybe like after.
Yeah,
Sexual
yeah.
Assault Chan was up. Yeah, that was 2 chapters ago,
I mean, I don't
I
know.
believe.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes, that's not
It would have been 2
151.
chapters ago.
Or even 3. I don't know. I have no idea how long ago that was. Okay, the end of 149 is when they're in the alley. Like it's fine. I won't kill any humans. Mush. It's the one where it's like how much do
Yeah.
you like her versus like me. Yeah, that's 149.
That's what I'm thinking of. And it's probably it has to do with that, It's like they made the pact not to kill anyone, and here he is killing people. Or at least trying to.
Trying, Trevor.
I
I
don't-
think he's doing a pretty good job.
Well, no, because they'll just regenerate. That's how
Yeah,
it
no, I
works.
know that.
It's like
That's
how much of their bodies does Dennis have to eat in order for them not to be able to like regenerate anymore?
Okay, so the interesting thing here with 149 is Dennis is like, you really tried to kill her just now, didn't you? And Natalie says, it's fine for devils to kill living things of any kind. Fish swim, trees photosynthesize, it's the same thing. You must feel it instinctually too. Hurting people makes you feel alive, doesn't it? So that's what we're seeing here, where Dennis loves being Chainsaw Man. And we know that he wants to be Chainsaw Man because his whole thing with Pochita is he's like, what's your next dream, right? That good scene where Pochita was like, what are you gonna dream of next? Like, you achieved this dream, what's next? And he goes, I want to be Chainsaw Man. And then he sees his house burned down. And then, but the thing is, here in 149, Natalie asked Dennis, want to join the devil's side with me? So you would think she would be happy to see Dennis embracing his more devil side here. I mean, I can understand why she's kind of upset at him saying maybe we shouldn't, be together. Maybe you shouldn't be with me because, this is what really makes me feel alive. But I would think she would be happy.
Well, it's Natasha sees Dennis for Dennis, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. she's the only character in the entire part that like cares about Dennis.
Uh-huh.
Or it's the only character that has been relevant for the past like several chapters.
Uh-huh.
Well, no, that's not true, because Ashley was like in last chapter or 2 chapters ago or whenever it was. But like she hasn't, had a conversation with Dennis in like a school year or something like that. That's a half a semester, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so reading through 152. I mean, what it could be is at the beginning of the chapter she said the chainsaws are a bad idea right now. Let's run for it. I guess does she not want Dennis to fight them? Because maybe she doesn't want to be an enemy of public safety? Or
she has nothing to fear against public safety.
I know, that's why it's weird.
Yeah, it is specifically she doesn't want him to be Chainsaw Man. That is the only thing that makes sense.
Could it be connected to the Nostradamus prophecy?
Well, no, not even that. I mean, if he goes full Chainsaw Man, she might lose, like, he would lose the only person who actually cares about him if he goes, like, full Chainsaw Man. Like, past the point of no return.
Maybe, yeah, I mean, that could be it. Maybe Natalie's, like, worried that Dennis becoming Chainsaw Man means he won't be Dennis anymore.
Well, because even at the, I mean, even near the end of the chapter, he says, like, maybe you shouldn't be around anymore, Natalie.
Yeah, because the thing is here, right? So we see Natalie be kind of flabbergasted and shocked about this chapter. She only does that after he goes, at the beginning of the chapter, he goes, Natalie, get out of my way. Or, as I'm fairly certain it is in Japanese, you're a pain. Pain in my ass, you're a bother, whatever, however you want to word it. That sentiment. As we see him say this, and then she's shocked. Because Dennis doesn't normally talk to her like that, and that's where, like, the shockedness begins.
Yeah, so the 2 times that she's shocked is whenever Dennis doesn't sound like Dennis anymore to her.
Yeah, where he, like...
You're a pain, you shouldn't be around me anymore.
Or she wants to leave. So, like, my question is, like I could see why she's shocked, because Dennis is, like, going against her, right? Like, why is chainsaws a bad idea right now? That's what I'm stuck on. Why does she not want him to transform into Chainsaw Man right now? Because we know that she asked him to join the devil's side with her. I mean, that could just be a test. Maybe she wants to be on the human side. Maybe it has something to do with the Nostradamus prophecy. That's kind of where I'm leaning right now. I don't know.
It's hard to say.
Very good.
I mean, maybe. Well, I mean, think about it. She wants Dennis to join her side, not necessarily like Chainsaw Man. Like whenever I say that, I'm specifically thinking like the point of like Drip Saw Man, like end of part 1 Chainsaw Man, like that far he might fall.
Chainsaw Man Black.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man Black, yes.
That could be it. But it's also like Dennis being too far gone. I mean,
well, I mean,
I almost think that this Chainsaw Man that we're seeing here, where he's cutting up all the hybrids and whatnot and just being a general badass and metal as hell, like, I almost think that this is more Dennis than anything we've seen in part 2 so far, other than like him being Chainsaw Man again.
Well, I'm just thinking back, because in part 1, like, to think back to what triggered his transformation into Chainsaw Man Black.
Well, it was him losing it was him losing his sense of self. It was him completely giving up, so Pochita took over his body.
He gave up control. And that's what happened. He's not going to give up control again. I don't think.
Like, he seems like he's getting more control.
Yeah. So, for the Nostradamus prophecy or whatever, war and famine want, Chainsaw Man Black, right? Or Black Chainsaw Man. I forget which way it's stated. Chainsaw Man Black or Black Chainsaw Man.
I think it's Black Chainsaw Man, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. they want like the true Chainsaw Man. That's their like solution is the true Chainsaw Man. And I think I misspoke earlier, because Asa is fascinated with normal Chainsaw Man, Red Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
And so I don't think we're going to get to the point unless the goal is for Dennis to get like so much control that he can willingly become Black Chainsaw Man, which I don't think is going to happen.
I don't think so either, because Red Chainsaw Man is like the hybrid, but Black Chainsaw Man is the Chainsaw Devil.
Yeah. Well, no, Pochita is the Chainsaw Devil.
Well, yeah, but Black Chainsaw Man is Pochita's true form.
No. Pochita is Pochita's true form.
Well, they're both his true form, idiot.
That doesn't make sense. I can have two true forms. Okay, never mind. It doesn't matter.
Rather than read Bleach.
Yeah, you're right. I haven't read Bleach. I'm not gonna read something named after a basic chemical. That doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that?
Talking about Black Clover is awesome.
That's not named after a basic chemical. Oh my gosh.
One Piece.
Dragon Ball.
Bleach.
I forgot what I was talking about originally. Yeah, so we got three different people that want three different things. Natalie wants Dennis to be Dennis. Asa or Ashley wants Dennis to be Chainsaw Man, normal Chainsaw Man. And then the to stop the prophecy, that group wants true Chainsaw Man. And so they obviously have a plan to make Dennis become true Chainsaw Man, but we have no idea what that is. But
so are you including Natalie in the group that wants him to be true Chainsaw Man?
No, because she obviously doesn't want him to be true Chainsaw Man.
But isn't she partnered up with Fami?
No, because that was what the thing with not killing humans is.
Well, like, but whenever they met after Falling Devil, wasn't Fami like, I need your help, Natalie, because there's gonna be no more pizza, and Natalie
that was
count me in.
That was like a thing that did happen.
Yeah,
I am agreeing with you there.
They're on the same side in this, aren't they?
Yeah, they were, and then Dennis talked her out of it, being like, "Hey, killing people isn't good," and she was like, "I don't agree with you, but sure, we'll go with that."
What you call it? Let me see.
That's what I took. That's what I took from the chapter, from the little combo.
It could be. Let me see.
Sorry, the one in
you're gonna join the devil's side with me. So she's on the devil's side. Cool, sweet, awesome. We know that.
Yeah, the devil's side, as in killing people, because it's fun to kill people.
Yeah.
That's what I think that is talking about. I don't even know if she ever was like truly, going with like, oh yeah, we have to find a way to stop the prophecy by killing everyone instead.
Well, Fami wants to stop the prophecy.
Yeah, by killing everyone.
Well, her goal is to make War and Chainsaw Devil strong enough to kill Death.
Yeah.
That's her plan. And so that involves killing a lot of people. Not everyone.
If you just... Yeah, but
they have to save the world.
It so very clearly doesn't make any sense at all, right? Because, like, yes, this fundamental fear that is death, right? Let's kill a lot of people to make them afraid of death, to make other devils stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. That thought process doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense. You gotta make Chainsaw Man, because if they die, there's no fear. So your goal isn't to kill a ton of your goal is to make a ton of alive people fear War and Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, but they're gonna fear death more.
Well, yeah, but that's part of the intrinsic nature of the Death Devil being the strongest devil by far, and it's not even close.
Why doesn't Fami just try to make herself more feared. Feel like, oh, I'll just make
Oh
sure
no,
you
I'm
guys
so
can't
scared
eat.
McDonald's is gonna be closed today. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't care. I'm not gonna be
It
scared of
works
her.
so much. Have
I'm not
you?
gonna be-
How?
I'm not gonna-
Yeah, how are you saying that you've never been scared when your local Waffle House is closed? Do you know what it means when your local Waffle House is closed?
But then I'm afraid of death.
No, you're not.
famine.
You're afraid of famine.
I'm gonna
Because it's a
starve.
Waffle House.
I have no other foods.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So in this chapter where they have their little combo, they're like, if the devils win, you know, cool, whatever. So Natalie never promises to be on the human side. She goes, fine, I won't kill humans. Never says she'll be on the human side. She says, fine, I won't kill humans. So she's kind of in the middle. It's just, why doesn't she want chainsaws right now?
Because chainsaws leads to killing humans, and they just made a deal saying that they weren't going to do that.
Hey, Brandon, this is a great chapter of Chainsaw Man. It's called Chapter 152. I think you should read it.
Oh my gosh, Kyle. I agree with Trevor.
What do you mean you agree with me?
I don't know.
On what? On everything?
Not really, honestly. Just said it.
Oh.
to
Quick,
say it.
Trevor, say something really controversial.
No, I'm not gonna do that. We're recording.
Just like a hot take or something. I don't know.
A hot take. Does it have, can I put a disclaimer? If I have a disclaimer saying that's not something I believe, Bren, will you cut that out?
No.
You
think
won't.
you think I
it'll
edit my
stay- it'll-
videos? That's
okay.
cute.
Bren, you should probably edit your videos. We have a lot of downtime where we don't really talk about anything that's relevant. Like right now. Like this isn't relevant. You should just cut this out.
No.
Okay, then end the video.
Oh my gosh. If you're this far into the episode, then obviously there's something like. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what you thought about this video. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. See you all next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Wait, we didn't get to hear Trevor's hot take. We got to hear Trevor's hot take, guys.